We got an Am I the A-hole? I love these.
We sure do. So this is from Kari. She didn't say not to use her name.
Good. Throw it out there.
She said, hey, guys, I'm a longtime listener. Love you guys. Here's my story. I've been dating a really nice guy for the last 6 weeks.
Okay.
And I've been over to his apartment several times, and it's a mess.
Yeah.
Now, I'm extremely clean, and I don't expect everyone to be like me. But when I go to his place, it looks like he tried to clean because he knew I was coming over. He just doesn't understand how to clean. And it takes me a good 2 glasses of wine to get over it.
She's funny.
And the part I can't get over, really, is that his sheets look old and gross. And he's told me that he washes them every week, but I just can't seem to get into his bed, if you know what I mean.
Well, there's always a couch.
She said, we ended up just going back to my place. You'd think that he would catch a hint and buy a new pair of sheets just for me, but he hasn't made the effort yet. Would it be rude if I brought over a new set of sheets for him?
No. Is she the a-hole for bringing him new sheets? No.
Is he going to think she's an a-hole? From a guy's perspective?
Now I hadn't read this. So I didn't know what it was. But I thought you were going to say she brings her own sheets and like takes them. That would be the a-hole
back
move.
And forth. Yeah.
Like if you bring your own sheets, rip his sheets off the bed, take your own sheets, put them on, and then take them. That's the a-hole move. Don't you think? Do you think he's going to be? You do think he's going to be offended?
I do think he's going to be offended. She does go on and ask one more question. She said, maybe even show him how to clean his place so that it doesn't look like a frat house.
6 weeks, you can't do that. That's the a-hole move. But as far as the new sheets go,
that's just as a-hole-y.
Yeah, I mean, somebody just texted in and said a-hole. Why? What am I missing here?
I don't know.
As the guy in the conversation.
So I'm going to give you some good advice, Kari, or at least I think this is good advice. Because when I first started dating my husband, his house kind of looked like a frat house, okay? He had a couch, but there was an iron burn in it. He had a quote-unquote bed, but it was really a mattress on the floor. And he would fold his clothes, but he would put them around the baseboard of the room. And I told him...
How long were you dating?
Before I told him this?
Yeah, at this point.
I mean, it was probably one of my first times even over to his house. Okay. And I was like, here's the deal. If you want me to sleep here or stay here at any point, I'm going to need you to grow up. I'm not coming over to camp. I'm not sleeping on the mattress on the floor. I was
coming to camp.
I can get over the couch with the iron burn on it for a minute, but you're going to need a bed.
Wow. And
he got one.
He cleaned up his act.
Yeah.
And you guys are now married.
But sometimes it just takes you being honest and saying like, hey, we can't live like this.
So you also feel like he's going to be a little bit of offended. So do you feel
Dallas
like you
is definitely offended.
So you feel
at
like
first.
you were the a-hole in that situation.
Yes, but I felt like I needed to be, like somebody needed to tell him and be a friend to him. And I feel like that's the situation that she's in now. Like somebody needs to tell him that it's time to grow up.
Somebody said, I think he would actually appreciate it, not the a-hole. Somebody else says, yes, it's an a-hole move. You have to have the conversation with him before you bring the sheets over and just hand them to them. I don't know. I feel like as a bachelor for so many years before I got married that I would appreciate that. I'd be like, hey, thanks.
If you just can't...
Throw them right on the floor, by the way. They wouldn't go on my bed. They would go right on the floor. Like, I would never open them.
If Amanda came in and like threw you a pair of sheets and was like, here, I brought you something. And like kind of made it funny. I think that that's an appropriate... It is a little a-holy, but it's like an appropriate way to do it when the relationship's new and you're still kind of giving each other like some hell, you know.
You know what Amanda did that was really odd, and she thought she thought I was doing something really odd. She lowered all my pictures in my house. She thought I had them hung too high. She's like, I don't mind the pictures. She's like, they're just too high on the wall. They need to come down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Okay. She's like, you mind if I bring them down? I was like, no, it's fine with me. All right, 704-570-9595. You guys help decide what's her name, Kari?
Yeah.
Is Kari the a-hole for bringing a guy she's been dating for 6 weeks new sheets because she feels grossed out by his place? We'll take your calls, take your text messages. Kari's listening right now. Kari, remember, you can also have him back to your place. Dallas ever go back to your place before that point in your relationship?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. You can do that too. I love this segment. We all get together and tell someone if they're an a-hole or not.
Sometimes you just got to level with people.
Well, hey, they ask. Somebody sent us a DM at the ML Morning Show to sum up what'd she say.
Yeah. Kari said she's been dating this guy for like 6 weeks, and when she goes to his apartment, it's really messy, but it looks like he tried to clean, and his sheets are especially gross, and she is like, I can't get into
I'm not hopping
those
in the
sheets.
sack.
Yeah. So she wants to know if it's an a-hole move if she brings him a pair of sheets and asks him if she can show him how to clean so that his place doesn't look like a frat house.
This is Josh. Good morning, Josh.
Morning.
Hey, buddy. So, Josh, you had a roommate who you had to teach a thing or two about cleaning, and you kind of say it's not that big of a deal. It's more helpful.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I had 4 roommates in college for 3 years, and they had their fair share of girls come over, but one of them one time made a comment how our apartment was pretty messy, and she came into my room and was like, see, Josh has a pretty clean room. You guys need to learn from him. They kind of... Sometimes guys just need a little hand or a little advice.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't really grow up, cleaning up.
Or they had somebody clean up for them.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Mama doing it.
But that's what I think. I think he just needs a little like nudge in the right direction.
Okay.
So
Right.
Show them what a vacuum and Clorox is and how to,
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Josh. I remember my cousins came to visit me when I was living in Tucson, and my cousin spent like 3 hours one day cleaning my apartment, and I was like, I got to be honest with you. I'm shocked. I didn't think it was that bad. And they were like, really? They're like, we're not staying here another night till we clean, like scrub and stuff. I'm 24 years old. What do I know?
You don't really know what clean is at that point. Although I'm not sure some of you guys ever learned.
Thank you. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Michelle, is she the a-hole if she says, I'm bringing new sheets to a guy I've been dating for 6 weeks because his sheets are gross?
No, I don't think you are. I knew my husband. He's my husband now. But when we first met, we were friends. And he had a nice, clean apartment, but he lived with a girl. I didn't realize that. But when he moved in with another guy as a roommate, his towels, I realized, like, he didn't really own anything. I think it's just a hint. And if they can't take the hint, I mean, do you really
then you got to roll.
Do you really want to be with him anyway? Yeah.
Yeah, like,
but
if
that's
they can't take the hint, like, I had a hand towel. That's what I would get from him. Like, here, clean up. Here's a hand towel. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know. I think you need to know, too, if people can take constructive criticism. And I think if you say it in kind of a fun way or you just make a joke out of it and see how they react to it, you're going to learn a lot about that person, too.
Yeah.
It is, and some people see it as like a caring quality.
Right.
Like you have enough.
But also, we care about how people feel and how people like feel towards us, right? We don't want to offend somebody, so she doesn't want to offend a guy she's been dating for 6 weeks by bringing over the
it's been
sheet.
6 weeks. No harm, no foul at this point.
Okay,
you cut bait if he doesn't.
Okay, somebody texted in and said, "Act like it's a gift." Be like, "Hey, I had an extra one sent to me from Amazon. You can have it."
Oh, okay. I thought these would look great in your room.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Michelle. We appreciate you. I gotta make a call real quick because I think something funny can come to this. Now,
Does
this
this
is
have
live
anything
radio.
to do with us?
Yeah, kind of. Hold on, let me see if this person answers. Hey, if you just texted us about your brother, we're calling you, by the way.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Hold on. This could either be really funny
great
or fail.
or awful.
Oh, man. Anyway, I think that might have been Josh's brother.
Really?
Josh said he had a clean room because as Josh was on with us, we got a text that said, "Is that my brother? I know he's not talking about having a clean room," with all exclamation points, which means that like it's either he thinks the brother's the one who the person's dating, or I thought he meant like on the phone now. Like, I know that's not my brother talking about having a clean room.
Right.
We'll never know.
Nope.
Mysteries abound. Hey, what's up? It's Maney from the Maney and Larry Morning Show. Thanks so much for watching our videos. Like and subscribe, and then you can check out War of the Roses and Date 'em or Dump 'em. We got videos everywhere.